Good morning, everybody. It is 10 o'clock. Notice is hereby given that in terms of Section 19 of the Local Government Municipal Systems Act 2000, that an ordinary council meeting will be held virtually 26 February 2026 at 10. And we are here. Could I ask Alderman Benson to open for us?
Good morning, everybody. Let's close our eyes and let's have a pray. Lord, thank you for another day that you add to our lives. Lord, we don't deserve it, but because of your love and your kindness, you give it to us to enjoy another day and see your beauty of your hands that you have made this earth and everything that's in it and on it and under it. Lord, we come to say thank you for everything you've done so far for us, but we ask also that you will take us further with your blessings. Lord, we come as your children and ask to give that you think that is good for us, and that will be accepted with good hearts, Lord. We ask that you will be in this meeting, bless everyone that's in the meeting, Lord, also for the families and our friends that's out there maybe struggling with life. Ensure them that you are there, that you are still alive, and that you are the living God that give us life, and that you are the one who decided what and when things come to our ways. And therefore, Lord, we ask that you will be kind to us in this time of the days and the days ahead, and that you will be with us to guide and lead us and give us wisdom and to be there for our people. We ask this not because we're entitled to it, but Lord, because of your great mercy. And we ask it in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you very much, Alderman Benson. I'm going to move to absent with leave. I have a lot of apologies today. I have apology from Councillor Nkilishani, apology from Councillor Wayne Peterson, apology from Councillor van der Linde, and apology from Councillor Zana and Administration Director Makalezi. Happy birthday to her. So I'm quickly going to do roll call on the rest that I have not received an apology from. Councillor Alexander.
Good morning, Speaker. Good morning, Executive Mayor, councillors, officials, members of the public. I am present. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor August.
Good morning, Honourable Speaker. Good morning, leadership and administration, everybody, also the public. I am present, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Alderman Benson just opened for us, so he is present. Honourable Mayor Borman.
Morning, Speaker. I'm present.
Thank you. Councillor Dludlu.
Morning, Speaker and all. I'm present.
Thank you very much. Councillor Foley.
Morning, Speaker. I'm present.
Thank you. Councillor Gertenbach.
Good morning, Speaker. I am present.
Thank you. Councillor Kanuza. Councillor Kanuza, I see you are logged in. Could you maybe indicate in the text box that you're present? Because I know a lot of people are sick and some people do not have a voice at the moment. I'm just going to continue. Please indicate for me. Councillor Hendricks.
Good morning, Speaker and everybody. I'm present.
Thank you very much. Councillor Haystack.
Good morning, Speaker, everyone present.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Jantjies.
Good morning, Honourable Speaker and all my colleagues. Administration, yes, I'm present.
Thank you. I am also present according to the register. Councillor Mbandano, are you present?
Molweni Speaker Nebhunga, ndikhona kumhlangano, enkosi.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Mbuku,
Morning, Speaker. I'm present.
thank you. Welcome. Councillor Moores, Councillor Moores, I do see you are present. I will come back to you or indicate in the text box that you are present. Councillor Nizalani, are you present?
Good morning, Speaker. I'm present. Good morning, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. I also got an indication in the text box that Councillor Moores is present. Councillor Nichols.
Good morning, Speaker. I'm present.
Thank you very much. Councillor Ntemwane, are you present? Councillor Ntemwane, are you present?
Good morning, Speaker. Good morning, everyone. I am present, Speaker.
Thank you. Councillor Nshota.
Morning, Speaker. Morning, everyone in the meeting. I am present, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Willifant. Councillor Willifant, are you present in the meeting? I don't see you at the moment. I did see you earlier logging in. Committee services, I'll come back. Councillor Claudette Peterson.
Good morning, Speaker. Good morning, everybody. I'm present.
Thank you very much. Councillor Ruth.
Good morning, Speaker. I'm present.
Thank you. Councillor Steerman.
Good morning, Speaker. I'm present.
Thank you. Councillor Volji. Councillor Volji, I don't see her at the moment. I'll come back. Councillor van Niekerk is here. She did indicate in the text box she doesn't have a voice. She's also put an apology into my office as well. Councillor Yali.
Good morning, Speaker, and to the colleagues. Speaker, I'm not sick. I'm fresh and present. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And then Councillor Zana has also indicated. I'm just going to go through again. Councillor Kanuza, are you present? I'm not sure. The committee says who indicated in the text box that they are present. Yes, okay, so I've got her already.
Morning, Speaker. I'm present, yes.
Thank you, Councillor Kanuza. I'm going to go back to Councillor Willifant. Is he in the meeting?
Good morning, Speaker.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Welcome. Yes, I can hear you clearly, Councillor.
Can I equally make a disclaimer, Speaker, that I'll be on the road to Gqeberha. I might be cutting on and off, and as I am driving, I'll be driving to Gqeberha.
Thank you, Councillor. Noted. Councillor Volji.
Good morning, Speaker. I'm present.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Then there are so many people on. I'm just going to move to the administration. MM du Plessis, are you present?
Present, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Deputy MM de Jager.
Morning, I'm present.
Thank you. Director de Kok.
Good morning, Speaker, councillors, and the public. I'm present. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Director Lorgaard.
Good morning, Speaker. Present.
Thank you. Just an indication, I did receive an apology from Director Makalezi, who is standing in for her. Maybe just indicate in the text box for us who's standing in for the director. I'm moving to Director Madat.
Good morning, Speaker, councillors, colleagues in the public. I'm present.
Thank you very much. Director Ramakawela.
Good morning, Speaker. I'm present. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Opperman is with me and all committee services. And we are quorum, so we can carry on. Thank you, councillors and administration. I'm moving to number 5, presentations. We don't have any. Then I'm moving to number 6, acknowledgements, condolences, and congratulations. I don't see any hands yet. Councillors, I'm bring Councillor Benson, your hand is up first. Thank you.
Yes, Chair, Speaker, I would like to wish all those people that was their birthday was in February, and I can start with councillors like the mayor. His birthday was early in February, and then Councillor Glutlu, and then my officials, Ms. Ludik and Ms. Sean Williams, and then today it's Director Novula's birthday. So I wish every one of them a good year ahead, and may the Lord bless them further. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Councillor Alexander.
Speaker, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, Executive Mayor, councillors, municipal manager, and officials, residents of Kouga. This morning, I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge and celebrate special achievements in Ward 4 specifically, which is labeled as a hotspot crime area when it comes to drugs, crime, and gang-related issues. Over the past couple of months, we had youngsters, scholars who are determined to be different and not to be labeled as gangsters, and to make a positive impact in maintaining their dreams and goals alive. Isaiah Michels, Jerome Jacobs, and Clayton Boyson, they are from Donkerhoek and Valdam, respectively. They're doing weightlifting and also learners at Humansdorp Secondary School. We want to acknowledge them, and all 3 of them will represent South Africa from 27 April to 2 May in the Commonwealth Games in Samoa. So I would like to request Kouga and the broader community of residents and business people of Kouga municipality to support these guys and help them to make their dreams come true, Speaker. And then also in Joe Marcus, Sevendelaan, we are sitting with a 17-year-old Nodeline Leeuwskieter. She's also from an informal area known as Kleinkie. She was selected to play for Eastern Province under 18 and has been recently selected and included in the SA Rugby Girls Development Squad, Speaker. This is just following in the footprints of former players like Mani Lebok, Selvin Davids, Jaco Smith, and many others. who is coming from Kouga municipality, and we as Kouga need to celebrate and acknowledge such accomplishments and achievements from our community. Jaco Smith is also an athlete with the Paralympic, who is born in Arcadia and also raised in Joe Marcus. He will also be participating in the Commonwealth Games and is also looking for funds to make this dream a reality. I'm sitting with a lot of sport heroes in my ward, and I want to acknowledge these guys, Speaker and Mayor. I'm sitting with young, talented rugby players and athletes who excelled recently during the athletes in Gqeberha. I can name a few: Cameron, Zote, CJ Job, and there's many others whose names I don't have. So we are looking forward. They will also be competing at a rugby tournament in April in Bloemfontein. Speaker, Mayor, we need to acknowledge these achievements and accomplishments, because from what we hear on news and social media, it is heartbroken to see that our youth are going nowhere, and we need to acknowledge these guys to show them that there is hope and there is opportunities for them if they can just keep on living their dreams. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Mbandana.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Am I audible? Honorable
Yes, you
Speaker.
are. Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Good morning, Honorable Speaker. Good morning to all members. Firstly, as the African National Congress, we're expressing our deepest sincere condolences for one of the embassies of the PLO, the Palestine Liberation Movement, as our ally in the liberation struggle. As they lower their flags, we actually support them as the liberation movement. I'm sure the OAU also will be in support in terms of this great gigantic movement in the African soil. Secondly, in terms of congratulation, let me first congratulate our president, His Excellency Cyril Matamela, on the SONA. In terms of high critical areas he raised, in particular for the patency area, whereby he indicated that he's going to employ 10,000 inspectors in the Department of Labor. As a movement, we are welcoming those efforts, and also his actually foresight in terms of the country and the direction that we are taking. We are grateful for the state of the nation. That is very positive as an indicator. And second to that, yesterday, Minister of Finance Kodongwana, I'm sure everyone heard that he is actually listening to even the smallest members of the community, highlighting a woman that wrote to him that was quoted first in terms of the SMME, in terms of reducing the expenses of VAT and tax for the SMME. It's a good movement for all those that are starting their own business, where they are going to feel free in terms of savings in terms of their business, so that they can put the money where it's worth. Secondly, what the minister critically said is the critical infrastructure budget for the municipalities and metros, highlighting very critical issue, water and electricity, incentivizing. We are actually grateful for that part in terms of the billions that will be invested in that, and also the fact that is harnessing the district model so that we can move forward. I'm sure these are good signs that the country is turning the tide under the African National Congress and the GNU. And definitely it's a positive mood. And thanks for Abogogo, who got 80 Rand increase for the first time, the highest. And lastly, let me land with a note that says, I'm appreciating what the minister did in terms of the tax that is going to be actually reduced for individual income tax. These are positive and good signs. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Oliphant.
Well, thank you very much, Speaker, and greetings once again
Speaker, let me start by appreciating the state of the municipal address by the de facto mayor of the DA, Councillor Jack Alexander. Thank you very much, de facto mayor. Secondly, I would like to make a reflection, Speaker, on a young girl at a school in Oyster Bay, Mzamowetu, Sanvater, by the name of Kisha Kettledas, who outperformed as an athlete all schools at her age in Kocha and achieved double gold, and continued equally, Speaker, to go and perform in Kabeja, where she got 2 silver medals. And for that, it was not expected from a farm school to have that type of a child. I so wish that Speaker, Kocha municipality and the de facto mayor, Jack Alexander, can actually take this up and support that type of a child, you know, at an early age. Speaker, in landing, let me make a reflection in thanking everybody that have prayed for my grandson, who was hospitalized almost for 3 months, and he has been now discharged and from provincial hospital, back at home, and
Councillor Oliphant, it seems like we've lost you there. I believe you are driving. Councillor, I cannot hear you at this stage.
we thank every for their prayers and every.
Councillor Oliphant, you came back for a brief moment and then you went off again. Councillor, I'm going to move to the next councillor. Maybe you
Oh,
are.
your
There you back
officials,
again.
yeah, your officials keep on muting me. Please tell them not to do that. They keep on
Councillor,
muting me.
Councillor, I think it's not the muting. We did not mute you. It's just your
No, it's the
signal when you
message.
were driving.
No, the
Councillor?
message on my phone. The message on my phone says the host has muted you. That is the message. I can read. I went to school.
Councillor?
So lastly, Speaker, what I'm saying, I want to express my deepest gratitude for all church leaders, individuals, friends, and relatives for the prayers that they actually and messages they conveyed to us for the improvement of the life of this young boy. Thank you very much to each and every one of you guys. You don't know how we appreciate him being discharged from hospital yesterday. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Haystack?
Thank you, Speaker. I just want to congratulate the Democratic Alliance in Johannesburg, Ward 102 for the excellent performance. They grew from 2024 from 60% to 94%, so that was excellent done. And we can see the people is rallying behind the Democratic Alliance there. And then I also want to congratulate the Premier, Ellen Winder, in Cape Town with the growth of the decreasing of unemployment to 18.1%. I think that is a very important lesson and that we all must strive to in all provinces to see if we can reduce unemployment, as this is a big challenge in our country. Thanks, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Nzalani?
Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, let I take this opportunity and congratulate our President, the Honorable, excellently, President Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa, to do a negotiating with the Ukraine President
about releasing our people from the 11 people who were there in that war, that they must come home. I like to just to put on that on congratulations our president. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Alexander, you already had an opportunity, but I do acknowledge that you were condolences on the passing of Captain Parallels from Hankey. Very sad indeed. I think I have gone through everybody. Thank you for all your contributions. Then I'm going to move to item number 7. That is my statement from the Speaker. Honourable Mayor, members of council, officials and online guests. I first have to say happy birthday to everybody that had wonderful birthdays and to our director that's celebrating today. It is also wonderful to see that the Siekwe estuary is filling with water. We extend our sincere thanks to the department for granting us approval to open the mouth. After visiting all our beautiful towns, I'm once again reminded of how fortunate we are to live in such a remarkable area. Trees have been planted at Lurie School this week that will in time provide welcome shade to learners. I've also witnessed new flowers and green vegetation emerging after the fires, and it's transforming a landscape that's truly beautiful. I would like to encourage members of the public to share photographs to my office of any town, 9 towns that we have, that capture nature, landscapes, wildlife, or simply just smiling faces of people. Please, I think we need to show people how beautiful we are. My office will also host the first one of the year Award Councillor Forum early in March. After that, it will be followed by award assistant refresher training to ensure that communication between councillors and the administration remains smooth and effective. Finally, I would like to wish our tourism officers well for the months ahead, and we're very excited in events such as Wine on Water and Theater by die See. Thank you very much. Then I'm moving to item number 8, statement and communication by the Executive Mayor. Mayor, over to you.
Good morning, Honourable Speaker. Good morning to our councillors, mayoral committee, to all the members of the public, to our municipal manager and directors. It is really wonderful to be in council this morning. Speaker, just very shortly from my side, I want to share some of the things that I've seen over the last week and a half. I've started my sort of, I've started a tour around the municipality, going to every single ward, visiting with ward councillors, and just seeing the progress that we've made over the last 5 years has been absolutely incredible. We often get very dejected and negative around the slow pace with which things are happening, everything from supply chain processes to just contractors. There's always a feeling of wasting time. And during this ward visits that I've been going through this last week or so, it is really wonderful to see the massive amount of progress that we have made as a municipality over the last 5 years. We've come a long way since 2016. We've done incredibly well. I'm extremely proud of the work that MM and directors have been doing and their teams have been doing. Everything from street lights to grass cutting to installing electricity in houses that never ever had electricity, to fixing of roads and stormwater channels that people have been complaining about for many, many years that's now been fixed, to upgrading of our road infrastructure, to building brand new roads where there was never ever tar roads. And all of these things are it's just really wonderful to see firsthand the feeling of the ground of our residents, and it's really for me something that I think us as council and directors and the MM and everybody driving this can be extremely proud of. I always speak about our blueprint as a municipality, and that I really believe that we can be a model of what a flourishing South Africa can look like. And I'm starting to see glimpses of this, and it's really wonderful that we as municipality can take hands with NGOs replacing all the roofs of the houses in Umzamawethu. It's amazing to see that a private company would do that and partner with us in fixing sanitation, in partnering with us in creating a clinic for a community. Yesterday in Umzamawethu, where I saw it, it's really just wonderful to take hands with people like Dorp van Drome in Jeffreys Bay, where the beautification that they are doing is just incredible. And I can mention so many, the Coöperasie and all of these NGOs and businesses that really wants to be part of Coega municipality, that really wants to play their role in making sure that we become this model for a flourishing South Africa. And it's really an honor to be part of this, and it's really an honor to see this picture coming slowly but surely being unveiled. And I'm really proud of everybody that they're working extremely hard to get this done. Speaker, I think there's so much more I can say, and there's so much that's happening at the moment. Currently, obviously, we're in the last few months of our current financial year, and we're working extremely hard to make sure that we get our budget spent. It's really something that we are working hard towards, and in spite of all the challenges and red tape, we need to make sure that we spend our budget on things that enhance the lives of our residents. And then also we're planning for the new financial year, and budgeting for the new financial year is becoming more and more difficult and more strenuous as the cost of living increases for our residents. We need to be very, very mindful of that. And I'm glad Councillor Madana raised the budget, because in the budget speech of the Minister of Finance, it was clear that they're trying to alleviate the pressure on the livelihoods of our residents, but it is still increasing at a tremendous rate, and we need to make from our side as a plan to make it as easy as possible for people to have a living, to make a living, to run a business, to operate a business, and to make a living here in Coega municipality. And therefore, we're working extremely hard behind the scenes to try and cut the budget as fine as we possibly can in order to make the burden on our residents as light as possible. With also obviously taking into consideration that we have to make sure that we are able to operate our services at the highest level that we can do it, and that's a high priority for us. Other than our 4 or 5 main key priorities as a municipality that we've set ourselves and that we are budgeting towards, there are various other factors in the IDP and infrastructure needs that needs to be considered. And very soon, actually next month, we'll be taking the draft budget to council, and we'll be speaking a lot about proposed tariff increases and proposed draft budgets that we need to take to the public for public participation. So we are obviously already working on those. So, Speaker, thank you very much for your leadership as well in terms of running council, and we really, as this term is only 7-8 months probably left in this term, I really do just appreciate the work that you are also putting into it, and we still have a lot of work to do as council in this term before it ends. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Mayor, with your kind words. Then I'm moving over to item number 9, disclosure of interest. Any councillors, anybody have anything to disclose? Nobody's disclosing anything. Thank you. Then I'm moving to item number 10, statutory matters. Moving to number 11, minutes of the previous mayoral committee meeting. Minutes for 10 September 2025 from page 7 to page 21. Any questions? Anybody proposing? Any corrections? Councillor Yali.
No, thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, just on page 33, as you can recall that the chief whip of the ANC, after the caucus meeting we had, he did indicate that the component of the ANC will be walking out of the council due to what was happening in Hanki. So I just want to check if there was not a misprint under Councillor Mbandana.
Councillor, we're still on the previous item. We will just go to that one as we get to it. On page 33, that's the second one. I'm just first on the mayoral committee meeting.
All right.
Councillor.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Are there any other questions, proposals? This one is only for noting. Thank you, councillors. Councillor Yali, you were saying on page 33, we're going to item number 12.1, minutes of the ordinary council meeting held on 29 January 2026, from page 23 to page 45. Councillor, I just want to confirm you were on page 33 and you may proceed.
Yes, Speaker, I was on page 33. And that, if you can recall, that the component of the ANC agreed that it's going to walk out of the council meeting due to what was taking place in Ward 13. So I just want to check if there was not a misprint from the side of the committee under Councillor Mbandana, also on Councillor Vati, because I see there is an apology and then present under Councillor Vati. Apology for Councillor Mbandana. I just want to double check that one. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Councillor Mbandana was absent that day. He had an apology, so he was not in the meeting. And Volji was present, and she actually stayed present for a while after you guys walked out. So she was present still. Just to confirm that. I hope it makes it clear. Councillor Alexander, you also had a question or a proposal?
Speaker, apologies. I'm having network issues here, so I'm not sure if we already passed point 9 on the agenda, because I hear you by minutes already.
Yes, I am, Councillor, but I assume you would like to disclose interest on the item MM1 that's later in the agenda.
That's correct, Speaker. That's correct, Speaker.
Okay, committee service, when we get to that item, Councillor Alexander will just be put in a waiting room so we can do that item. Thank you, Councillor, for that. Any other questions on the item at hand? Any other corrections, proposals? And Councillor Jantjies.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I hereby then on this note would like to propose for the acceptance of the minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do I have anybody accepting? Councillor Gertenbach.
I would like to second, Chair, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Then these minutes move forward. Then I'm moving to item number 13, reports of committees of council. 13.1, report back Sarah Baartman District Municipality. SNM1, it's a report back Sarah Baartman from page 48 to 57. I do have one speaker on it, Councillor Mbandana.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Speaker, one wants to highlight appreciation of the report that is brought in front of us. It's just a matter of travesty that this report should be submitted once we are exit on the year when we are actually closing our 5-year. Having said for 5 years, never received the report. However, the critical highlights I want to also to show that Mayor De Vos is very serious. The budget I've seen in terms of supporting the tourism office. Kocha is a tourist town because we don't have mines and everything. I see he's very serious in terms of assisting financially the office to be stabilized. One wants to welcome and appreciate Honorable Mayor De Vos as the leader of the African National Congress in the district. We are saying well done to all that are leading in the district. I'm thankful for this report that it came for the first time, hoping that we will never actually be without these council items from the district council. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor. And this item is for noting. Then I'm moving to the next item, 13.2, Kocha Audit Committee. We don't have any. Then I'm moving to 13.3, Rules and Ethics Committee, RE1. Unfortunately, Councillor van der Linde is not present, so I'll table it from my office. It was disciplinary inquiry held by Rules and Ethics Committee for Councillor Wayne Peterson from page 59 to page 63.
Please
table this item.
Now you can turn back if you are Nanki now. Please don't do
Councillor Mbandana, you're not on mute. Councillor Shorter, you are my first speaker on the item.
Thank you, Speaker. I was waiting for the host to unmute me. I believe Councillor Wayne Peterson has an appeal that he has not gotten any response from it. Now, I do not understand why the municipality would continue, or the Rules and Ethics Committee would continue to sanction penalty upon penalty on Councillor Wayne Peterson when we have an appeal pending. If you can clarify for me, Speaker, if that is allowed, that when an appeal is pending, the Ethics Committee can continue to sanction a penalty on top of the penalties that he already has. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Just for clarity, these are new allegations and it was new cases. So the old ones are still going, but these are brand new ones that was accumulating from last year that was handled. Councillor Mbandana, you the next speaker on the item.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'm sure there is an appeal from Councillor Wayne even on this new sanction and all the previous sanctions. I'm sure, Chairperson, it shows just the cynicism and also the arrogancy from Kocha-led municipality that they can even challenge the MEC whilst we are still busy with the process of appeals by Councillor Peterson as well as Councillor Oliphant. The ANC has taken a conscious decision that this is not an ethics committee, but a sledgehammer in order to destroy comrades of the African National Congress deliberately, stifle debates and robustness on matters that have got no relevancy of these hefty fines. Where on earth have you heard somebody can be penalized for 50%, even at workplace, and 75%? It's just a mere arrogancy which will never survive in any constitutional state, particularly in South Africa, and any court forum. I'm sure the African National Congress is fully in support of Councillor Wayne and Oliphant, and all these charges and 75% and all deductions will be reimbursed. And all those that took this cynical decision, we are going to take this on. Secondly, the ANC wants to state it categorically. We walked out of the Ethics Committee. Reason is, we employed a lawyer from all the way from Western Cape. And definitely we were surprised when we were sitting in the Ethics Committee, myself and Councillor Zana, when we saw a law firm of Langston that was actually joining another second law firm. And definitely the reason that we were provided were not plausible. Definitely we were surprised that there should be lawyers after lawyers only for African National Congress members. We are surprised by this movement of the DA-led government. Definitely, we will never sit in the ethics committee. We will follow the right route of engaging the MEC to show that this is not a federal KOGA, it's part of the Eastern Cape. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Mbandana. I don't have any other speakers, but it's clear to me that we have to go to a vote to get this motion. Administration, could you please set up a poll for us? Thank you, councillors. Please vote in favour, not in favour, or abstain against the recommendations. Councillors, please vote. I'm going to give a few more seconds before we close the poll. Thank you, councillors. Administration, please close the poll and with the results.
16 in favour, not in favour, and 0 abstention.
Thank you, administration. 16 in favour of the motion, 8 not in favour, and 0 abstention. So the motion carried. Thank you very much. Then we move to item number 13.4, Municipal Public Accounts Committee. Due to the fact that Councillor Van Niekerk doesn't have a voice, I'm just going to give over to the MM to present this item. Thank you, MM. MM,
thank you,
over to you.
Speaker. Thank you. On there. Yes, I just want to get to the page there. Just hold on a moment. When I try to unmute myself, I unfortunately closed my agenda. Okay, impact 1, the minutes of the Municipal Public Accounts Committee is on page 64 or 65. And it is submitted to council for approval of the minutes, not approval of the minutes, but to take note of the workings of impact on page 65.
Thank you very much, MM. I do not have any speakers on that, and seeing this is just for noting, so council note these committee minutes. I am moving to the next item, 13.5, Municipal Bylaws and Policies, and I'll give to the Chair, Councillor Haysek, to present for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. We have one policy, electrical maintenance policy, draft December 2025, and that is from page 75 to page 97. This is a very important policy for to maintain our electrical infrastructure. The recommendation is on page 77 that the council approve the electrical maintenance policy and that the electrical maintenance policy be updated on the KOGA website. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Councillor Mbandana, you are the first speaker on my list.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Under the leadership and the stewardship of Councillor Jack in our electrical department and the tedious, hard-working directorate of Theo Madat, as the ANC component, We are appreciating the policy, and definitely we are actually highlighting the appreciation of the foresight and also the erudite in the intervention of the directorate. And definitely we are actually also applauding the hardworking department that is the fiscal generator of KOGA in terms of close to 75%. This policy is well actually drafted, and it suits the interest of this municipality. However, we're also highlighting as the ANC some critical shortfalls to say that a policy that is good, it cannot be good only for the coastal area. We are checking also for a future. What about the Gamtus area, which is Yotoni, Luri, Banki, and Patensi, which is a diversion of areas? Definitely, if you are hardworking, please integrate also those areas, because we are having very serious challenges there under the leadership of ESCOM. So definitely we are welcoming the recommendation and its implementation as a matter of agency. We're saying well done, department. We're looking forward to its integration in terms of the municipality. We appreciate and we support the recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. I do not have any other speakers on it, and it doesn't sound like I have any objections. Does anybody have an objection for this policy to move forward? I don't see any objections. So thank you, Council. This policy draft is then moving forward. Thank you. Then I move to item number 14, report from Minimec. We haven't had a Minimec yet. Then I'm moving to item number 15, matters dealt in terms of delegation authority by the executive mayor. And I move to number 16.1, reports by the chairperson, finance and economic development. Mayor, over to you to present your items.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I'd like to table the items for finance and economic development, and it will be handled by Councillor Ruth. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. MMC Ruth, you may continue.
Thank you, Speaker. I'm on page 101 of the agenda. It's the closeout report and a sponsorship proposal for the Humansdorp Community Festival. The recommendation is on page 106, so it's both for approval of the closeout report as well as it's for noting of the closeout report as well as approval for continued sponsorship of this festival that seems to be growing very successfully. 106 is the recommendations. I table the item, Speaker.
Thank you very much. I've got quite a lot of speakers on the item. I'm going to give over to Councillor Jantjies as the first speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, for this opportunity on this item. The Humansdorp Community Festival has been happening annually, and it does create, especially in the Humansdorp communities, a vibe with, with the very positive spirit. And these type of events, it's critical that we promote these events in KOGA municipality. And I appreciate the fact that it is still successful, and all the organizers of this festival, I want to appreciate them, and all the officials of municipality that gets involved with this process. I want to salute them for the fact that we're still hosting that. As much as we want as a municipality to understand that these type of items or events, although it's critical for the community as well, and for the upbuild for our artists and local artists in KOGA municipality, it's also important to recognize the efforts that go with this type of a festival. So as a councillor and part of the Humansdorp councillors team, I would like to say my sincere gratitude to the organizers, and that we call on the community to support this 100%. especially the residents in Koga municipality, so that we can have this sustainable and ongoing event, so that this event can eventually become independent from the municipality and that it is actually just going to be a success on its own. So I hereby going to put full support behind this event on behalf of us in Humansdorp and thank the organizers for this event. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. In short, that is my remark on this item.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Councillor Nichols, you are the next speaker on the item.
Good morning, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I would also like to support this.
Councillor, we lost you there. Councillor Nichols, I can see you still online, but I think you've lost some signal.
And you hear me, Speaker?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
And rebuild the social fabric that holds our community together. Local vendors benefit, small businesses gain exposure, and our town becomes a place of pride rather than just a place of residence. So I'm in full support of this event, Speaker. This is a great opportunity for our residents of Humansdorp. I thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Hendricks, you are the next speaker on the item.
Thank you, Speaker. I would like to concur with my colleagues on this great partnership that Koga Municipality has with the Koikula Foundation. This makes a tremendous difference to the people of the Humansdorp, especially our youth, because it's always well attended and our communities always look forward to great fun and entertainment right on their doorstep. Statistics show especially our unemployment youth, and it also promoted our local entrepreneurs to showcase their different products and our local artists, meeting well-established artists, networking with them, and also showcasing their work. I applaud this event and may this partnership continue for a long time. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Councillor Alexander, you're the next speaker on the item.
Speaker, once again, thank you very much for this opportunity. I also like to agree with the previous councillors spoken on this item. All councillors from Humansdorp, we know how important this is to our community and also to the organizers of this event. We welcome this speaker and we are looking forward and would like to encourage and invite our community to come up in numbers and support this, because this is one of, it's actually the only event that is happening at such a magnitude in the Humansdorp area. So we are very grateful for this and we are looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Nizalani, you're the next speaker on the item.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Thank you for this opportunity that you have given. Speaker, I think the previous speakers of councillors of Humansdorp have made a lot of applause according to this, the Humansdorp Community Festival. I also appreciate it. But Speaker, let them take this that we here in the internal, when I mean internal, in our Black communities, there are a lot of artists, they need to be also part of this. Can you please have this festival also to be nearer to us there in our Black community festival, because it is very helpful for our local artists also to be part of, especially our Black artists in our KwaNomzamo around of Humansdorp, that they want to also to be part of it, but they don't know how to go in there so that they can know how to enter it. But I make an applause on it. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Councillor Shorter, you're the next speaker on the item.
Thank you, Speaker. Let me first appreciate the close-up report about the festival that took place. And I can hear from the councillors that it was well attended and it was successful. But I would also like, Speaker, to see a festival of such in Sivista or Umzamo Wetu, because those people would want to attend such festivals, but because they are far from them, they are unable to. So we need to make sure that all the communities of Guha do get festivals as well, so that they can also be recognized as communities who are also a part of the Guha local municipality. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor. That's the end of my speakers. Do I have any objections on this item moving forward? Councillors, I don't see any. Councillor Mbandana, do you have any objections? Councillor Mbandana, do you have any objections on this item?
No, I'm sure, Speaker, maybe you've omitted my name. I was also in the speakers. I'm not sure whether you've checked it in terms of the list of the ANC. I'm sure you are coming to the part that says that all of us are echoing the same sentiment. I'm actually also expressing my gratitude on this closeout report. Two critical things. One is the economics. I've read the content of it and I've seen it made profit this year, which means there's a couple of hundreds of thousands that they've made, which means it goes to the second point, attendance. And then when it's well attended, it shows that in the next event of this year, it's going to be bigger than this. One wants to highlight the group of the organizers, and if they're listening to us as a municipality, we are saying, well done, guys and ladies. It's a well-attended and a very deserved event. But secondly, as the ANC, we're actually requesting that we should increase the revenue in terms of these events. The Hanki Jazz Festival, I've heard nothing about it. Councillor Njoda is correct. In Sivista, in the links, there was a great event that was attended by people as far as from Johannesburg and all over. I'm still looking to such events with international artists. In Hanki, the jazz festival that was done previously was a very poor festival, because the real jazz that we had in Hanki in the olden days of the African National Congress was attended by Simpiwe Dana, Seleloto, and all those pure jazz artists. And it was magnificent jazz festivals that attracted people as far as East London, Queen Williamstown,
Councillor,
Zambe, and
30
all.
seconds left.
So I'm actually saying that in Patensi, we are the hub of Citrus. We are looking also in terms of spreading all these events across and even to our area. Youth is all over. And our youth is listening today. National in South Africa is Amapiano. Even international artists like your American artists, they listen to Amapiano, even as far as London. So we want to see a festival of Amapiano in Patense this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Do I have any other objections or anything? I take that everybody is in favor of this item. I don't see any objections, so this item carries. Thank you for all the support from the councillors. Thank you very much. MMC Roof, back to you for FED 11.
Thank you, Speaker. We're on page 123. It's the supply chain management, the deviation report, the section 36 deviations for the month of January. This is for council to approve the section 36 deviations. And just a reminder that section 36 deviations are very much part of municipal life and municipal finance and are provided for in the MA under strict circumstances, and to keep it transparent so that council can play an oversight role, this report comes to council for approval. Recommendations are on page 125. I table the item, Speaker.
Thank you very much. My first speaker is Councillor Mbandana.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Chair, as the African National Congress Collective, we are in support of these 3 items that are brought about deviation. They are emergency aspects that needs very serious attention. When it comes to sewer, electricity, and water, the ANC will never stall such deviations because it's matters of life and death, and they need approval as a matter of urgency. We appreciate the fact that now it's clear that deviation is done for the good purpose. Unlike previously, when Councillor van der Linde of the Freedom Front and the ANC were raising other issues that have got nothing to do with correct deviations. So these 3 items that are here, as the ANC collective, we are in support and support the recommendation. They are deserved to be deviations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, councillors. I do not have any other speakers. Do I have any objections on this item? I don't see any objections. That means thank you, councillors, for your support. So it means this item carries forward and approval. Thank you. And then I'm back to Honourable Mayor for 16.2, reports by the chairperson, Electrical Mechanical Services. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I'd like to table the items for electromechanical services, and it will be handled by Councillor Alexander. Thank you.
Thank you. MMC Alexander, the floor is yours. MMC Alexander, the floor is yours.
Speaker, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Apologies, Speaker. Item 2602 EMS4, Introduction Electrical Master Plan. This report serves to formally submit the master plan to the Council for consideration with the objective of securing acceptance and approval. The recommendations are on page 133. The Council formally accepts and support the adoption of the electricity master plan. I table this item for adoption. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Councillor Mbandana, you my first speaker.
Councillor, Honourable Speaker, the ANC collective is appreciative of the astute, smart, and diligent directorate led by Councillor Jacques Alexander and his director, Theo Madat. You can see there's progress. They are agile on their foot and moving with pace. I'm sure this is the first directorate to come with a master plan for KOGA in terms of the forward-looking directorate. I want to appreciate your leadership and also your hard work and diligence. It's a well-crafted report. However, the ANC raises very serious concern. As I initially indicated above that, KOGA cannot have 2 electrical grid, one for Kamtus and one for coastal area. We need an integrated grid, and I don't see it in this report. You have Thornhill that was handed over by the Metro back to Councillor Mbuku. These are the things that are not reflected in the report. As a forward-looking directorate, I'm sure Councillor Alexander, let's look at integrating the grid of the coastal area, which is your Thorny, Luri, Patensi, Hanki, so that we can have an integrated plan that is also going to augment very well with what we are going to have as a nuclear facility in the future for Kocha. I think let's look at that aspect. It's not part of this master plan. However, as the ANC was saying, well done. You deserve an applause from our collective as the ANC for the forward-looking plan and the foresight. For both of you as the MMC and the directorate and all officials that played a very significant role in developing and crafting this plan. We're saying to you guys, well done. You deserve after this meeting, Onskereya Birki. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor, for your kind words. I don't have any other speakers on this item. Do I have any objections on this item? I don't see any hands for objections on anything. Thank you, councillors. Then this item carries forward, adopted by council. MMC Alexander, you may continue to MS7. Thank you. MMC Alexander, the floor is yours. MMC, I'm not sure if you have connectivity problems. Can you indicate for me? Honourable Mayor, I don't know if you would like to item the next item. It seems like Councillor Alexander is unmuted, but we cannot hear him at this stage.
Thank you, Speaker. I'd like to table the item for just the revenue enhancement program, and that is on page 264.
Speaker, I just want to check in.
Councillor Alexander, just hold on a second. The Mayor is busy tabling your item quickly.
Speaker, can you hear me? Because I can barely hear anything.
Councillor Alexander, we can hear you, but we've asked the Mayor to just present the items because we presumed you have issues with your connectivity. So I'm just going to give back to the Honourable Mayor to just finish the item. Thank you.
Thanks, Speaker. Speaker, Councillor Bandana has been giving so many compliments today. I think he'll definitely give compliments to this item on page 264. This deals with a very problematic issue where meters that are giving us problems. We are attempting to get as many meters in a working condition as we possibly can in this municipality in order to enhance our revenue as an institution. You will see that's the first thing. Secondly, also obviously from a SECG point of view, we would like to make sure that those owners who have a small-scale embedded generation on their roofs, that they are properly registered so that we can properly monitor what electricity is being generated, what is being pushed into the grid, and what is also then feasible to receive just legalizing that process, making sure that everybody is legal. I almost said the wrong things there. I think the CFO swallowed his tongue probably. Then the recommendation on page 267, recommendation 10.1, 2, 3, and 4. Speaker, I table this item.
Thank you so much, Honourable Mayor. Councillor Bandana, you're the first speaker on the item.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'm still standing firm and resolute as the ANC collective, where there's beauty and there's progress, where there's diligence and hard work. We pour our hearts out to say well done and well deserved. This directorate can be, we can see, I repeat, it's very agile, it's very fast on the ground, and it's forward looking. As the highest
Councillor Mbandana, we've lost you there for a second. Councillor, I can see you still online, but we cannot hear you. Councillor, I presume that your connection.
I'm still around. It's just my PC that went off because I don't have a charge in the council chambers. It's that when the collective of the ANC sat together, they said Koga needs actually to listen to the comments by the Auditor General. And we've seen that in terms of the wastage, reflected by the report of the Auditor General was in this directorate. And most definitely, we actually propose as the African National Congress in terms of this plan, we should also have our own energy protection team. Treasury should be looking in terms of our own energy protection team like ESCOM, a team that's gonna go out in terms of checking where there are electrical theft and so on, because it is necessary so that we can curb any theft of electricity all across the areas in the coastal. We also welcome the fact that this policy, actually this directive, is actually looking in terms of enhancing the revenue. So we all as the ANC were in unison in supporting the MMC led by Jack Alexander and the Directorate of Theo. Hence, I say that there's no objection in this. We are actually saying, Speaker, don't even ask, is there an objection? The item should move as a matter of agency. But please, Treasury, as we are going to, as this directorate, propose that one boots on the ground that are going to do monitoring of electricity theft so that we can come heavy on those that are stealing. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor. I don't have any other speakers. Do I have any objections on this enhancement program? I don't see any objections. Thank you, councillors. It means that we accept the recommendation. So this item carries forward. MMC Alexander, we can give you a try. MMS 10, you may present the item. Thank you. Councillor Alexander, it seems like you still have connectivity problems with the unmuting. Honourable Mayor, may I give back to you?
Thank you, Speaker. Let me just get to the right page. I'd like to table the item for the maintenance plan, generator maintenance plan on page 268. And the recommendations, this is quite the self-explanatory item. I think this is just shows the planning that the department is putting in place, which is really wonderful to see. The recommendation is on page 270 and it's for us to approve.
Thank you so much, Honourable Mayor. My first speaker on the... Yes, Councillor, you're a little bit late again. The Mayor has tabled the item. So I'm going to give over to the first speaker, Councillor Mbandana. You the speaker on this item. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. As the African National Congress, we've been all these years calling that we must have a full council meeting in the chambers. You have proven that now we were right. These virtual things are always misdirecting us and interrupting the flow of meetings. And Speaker, it's incumbent upon of you, you look at this matter because there's no more COVID. However, we're actually also saying that as a collective of the ANC, we are in support of the item. However, there are issues that we need to look at. I'm sure the department must have booklets so that we can check the generators all over, not only those that are within the infrastructure, also in our office. I'm sure there's nobody that checks how many liters of fuel is that generator in my office and which time did it run. So I need some booklets for all ward councillors so that we can actually have booklets indicating how many hours it ran, so that we cannot have a meeting and we're out of electricity because of this COVID introduced by the DA of sitting virtual meetings, so that we can actually be able to say that we can sit meetings full on generators when in the Gamtus area we are out of electricity, or perhaps anywhere in Newmasdorp Jeffreys area. Please, Director, can you please be agile on this one so that you can have a book that checks the running of the generator, the minutes and everything also in our office, so that we can have hamperings of outages in both Eskom or KOGA, or perhaps in the generator. It's a well plan. We're in support of it up until this COVID of the DA is over. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councillor. I don't have any other speakers on this item. Do I have any objections on this maintenance plan? I do not see any objections on this item. Then it means, thank you, councillors. This item carries. Councillor Alexander, back to you for EMS 11. Thank you. It seems like that MMC Alexander still have connectivity issues. Honourable Mayor, may I give back to you for EMS 11?
Thank you, Speaker. Damage to critical infrastructure cases and the cost implications of that for the second quarter of this financial year. The item starts on page 284. This is just dealing with just giving a background of what's actually happening on the ground in terms of infrastructure to damage that we're experiencing. Humansdorp specifically is under a lot of pressure with not only with tampering of electricity, but also with cable theft and so forth. So you'll see a huge amount of cases that has been opened that are still being investigated with a little bit of cost implications that will obviously be expanding on as well. The recommendation is on page 287, and that this is for council noting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Mayor. My first speaker is Councillor Mbandana.
Honorable Speaker, I'm still proven right that this COVID should stop. You can see with Councillor Alexander that this quarantine is not working and it's disrupting the flow. What is hindering us from sitting in the council chambers? We've been pleading as the ANC that we don't have COVID, all in South Africa. But the point is, I'm asking from Councillor Alexander and Director Theo, boots on the ground, energy protection team, please put a budget together that is also going to look at this critical infrastructure of electricity linked with crime intelligence and also with dedicated prosecutors, because it's a serious matter that needs very serious intervention. We are a town that is developing, and definitely we are looking forward in terms of a budget that is set aside for boots on the ground. That will be our energy protection team. There's the ANC collective. When we actually engage on this matter, we saw it as a very benevolent plan that is taking this municipality forward. However, the shortfall is boots on the ground. Please, Treasury, under the Directorate of Councillor Ruth MMC and Logat, we are saying, Haji, this must be done as a matter of urgency so that we can actually
1 minute
zoom
left,
in.
Councillor.
We can zoom in terms of these damages so that we can actually move forward. I'm saying also on that Directorate of Safety and Security, please, let's engage crime intelligence, everybody that is there, and our security companies, so that we can deal with this ruthlessly and head on. Thank you very much. We are support. Please don't ask, is there any objection? There's no objection. It must move. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Honourable Mayor, you're the next speaker.
Thank you, Speaker. This is obviously places a big emphasis on what council has already decided in terms of a new directorate for safety and security, and which is why we as a municipality need to take ownership and need to make sure that we stand up against the crime that is becoming more and more intense in this municipality. It is very clear that the South African police services are more and more captured in many ways and are very much understaffed and under-resourced. The few good people that SAPS has in our municipality are absolutely too few. So we need to step up as a municipality, and therefore I am very excited to see the progress that we've made as far as setting up of our own directorate is concerned, as well as beefing up that new department as well, to be able to assist in fighting this petty crimes that we're sitting with and putting our hands in our hair. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. This is the end of my speakers list. I don't have any other speakers. This item is for noting. Thank you very much. Mayor, back to you for 16.3, reports by the Chairperson, Civil and Water Services. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. I'd like to table the items for Source and Water, and it will be handled by Councillor Foley. Thank you.
Thank you. MMC Foley, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Mayor. Speaker, I'm on page 294, and it's the Kouga Water Resources Report. Speaker, this report was brought to the portfolio and just on the back of the challenges that we had in December and January with water availability in a few of our towns in Kouga municipality. It's a very informative report, and I do want to thank the administration for bringing it. Speaker, I do want to add an additional recommendation, 10.2, saying that we request the urgent meeting be held with the Department of Water and Sanitation, as well as with the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, to discuss the urgent increase of the water quota that we receive from the Churchill system. Speaker, the recommendation is just added just due to the fact, as I said, the challenges that we had in December with water availability, and we are still on the same water allowance before the last few years, and it's just quite a few years, and we haven't received an increase on that system's allowance, even though our towns have grown significantly. Thank you, Speaker. I table this item for discussion.
Thank you very much, MMC Foley. I'm going to need a seconder for your 10-point adjustment that we require urgent meeting with Water and Sanitation and with the Metro. Honourable Mayor.
Thank you, Speaker. I'd like to second that proposal as the matter with our water resources are becoming more and more urgent to address, and therefore it's critically important that we discuss the increase of our allocation as well as the management of the dams with the Department of Water and Sanitation. I second the proposal by Councillor Fourie. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Mayor. Then, Honourable Mayor, you are my first speaker on the item. Would you like to add to that?
Speaker, no, thank you. I'm covered. I think I just said the bulk of what we our frustrations is. It's become more and more apparent that the management of the dam is becoming a problem as the while we do have good relationships with the staff in the metro, it is more and more difficult to be a player and a referee for them, as their resources come and go. In the metro, the management of the dams, the water security is coming and going, and it's very hard for them to have issues in the metro and then not make calls on that only benefits them and not us as a municipality, and therefore we need an independent body to manage this dam. Additionally, obviously, as Councillor Fourie has stated in his proposal, that we've not had an increase in capacity or in allocation from the dams, and yet our population has increased dramatically. So that seriously needs to be relooked, and therefore the Department of Water and Sanitation needs to be seriously addressed in these matters. So I think that those were my only inputs. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Mayor. My next speaker is Councillor Gertenbach.
Thank you, Speaker. I just also want to congratulate the department on this report. In my 10 years as councillor, it's the first time that I know exactly which water comes from for which town. Congratulations to them. Very informative item. I just want to go further than the mayor to say that we must negotiate with the Department of Water Affairs that the management of the Churchill and the Mpofu dams becomes the responsibility of COGA, and not the. It's in the both these dams are in our municipality, and I think it's necessary, seeing in the light that we have increased number of citizens or inhabitants in COGA in our towns, that we take over that facility. There's a lot of water that comes to Nelson Mandela via a lot of resources, so they are not only reliant on these two dams. Thank you for that, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Nizalani, you're the next speaker on the item.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I'm trying to unmute it. Let us appreciate again the opportunity that you have gave me, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, firstly, let I also appreciate the work that this department under the MMC fully that you have done for the couple of years, because since I entered in this office as a ward councillor, as a ground worker, I came here, there was a lot of crisis of water, especially here in KwaNomzamo, in Ward 6, from the eastern side of KwaNomzamo, because we didn't have water, but we tried to make a plan that we must have water, whatever the water is coming from. Also, I thank the Department of the Water and Sanitation, Mr. Botha, who was there at that time. And when we do some fixing the water crisis here in KwaNomzamo, from 2022 until 2023. I appreciate it. But and now we do have water, and our water is coming still from the Sheffield installation pipe in the eastern side of Vergenoeg and of KwaNomzana. But my concern, Madam Speaker, is that is the pipe that is connected on the western side that is lying on the ground, and that pipe every time, especially in the weekend, that black pipe is lying on the road, on the side of the road, is not safe, because I get every day a report that some of the people are breaking that pipe and the water is running and it affects us in this side. So there must be a plan that pipe must be underground. Yeah, Madam Speaker. So if that pipe is underground, there will be no problem of breaking of that black pipe that is lying in that road of Mandela Road towards Lungisa High School. But I appreciate it, and we don't have no more that crisis of water. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Director de Kok, please note of Councillor Nzalani's concerns in that pipe lying in Mandela Road. Thank you. Then I'm going to give over to the next speaker, Councillor Mbandana.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, Honorable Speaker. As the ANC, we welcome this first and of its kind of the master plan from the Directorate. However, we saw some very serious challenges. Basically, we start with the AG's report in terms of leakages. The AG showed us that we are actually having some losses of millions of rands in terms of the water. And the reason for that is simple: critical infrastructure. President has announced, and Minister of Finance, I hear also from the other speakers that we need to engage the ministry, Honorable Pemi Majodina, in order to come and engage us. I'm sure there is a rationale and reason so that we can call the minister. We've got underground water here that we don't utilize, particularly in the coastal area, and saving and conserving that part of water so that we can actually be in sync with the development of our towns in terms of growth within the coastal area. Definitely, these two dams were designed in the early 50s and so on. The population has far surpassed that number. And secondly, in the coastal area, we are about to embark on the nuclear plant. So we will be needing quite a number of megaliters of water. I'm sure, as the ANC was saying, it's rational to get the minister so that we can plan ahead with our underground
Councillor, 1 minute left.
I'm sure also this issue of water control of Kouka getting the dams is still premature. As the ANC, the reason is at Patensi, we got the old asbestos. You can go to Hanki. Those things are breaking left and right and center. That's why we overuse our water. Go to Patensi water plant. There's lots of pipes that are lying there. And there's no reason that those pipes should be there for more than 10 years. We should have been replacing the asbestos pipe so that we can respond to the Auditor General in wastage. We are costing the Treasury by just sitting and doing nothing in this problem under the DA-led government. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. That's the end of my speakers list. I would like to know, are there any objections on the recommendations for 10.2 that Councillor Foley made and that the Mayor seconded? I don't see any objections. Then, Councillors, then we adopt this report with the recommendations. Thank you. This item carries. Councillor Foley, back to you for CWS 23. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, let me not respond to Councillor Mbandana because he clearly doesn't read his portfolio agendas where he sees all the infrastructure upgrades that's happening under the DA-led municipality. Speaker, I'm on page I'm on item CWS 23. And Speaker, this is again another important report for Council's noting. It's on page 317, and it's the condition status report on all our wastewater treatment works and water treatment works. And it's a very good summary of what is happening, but also still what needs to happen at our plants with a clear costing of it. And why we have it here at Council, Speaker, is obviously we can't fund all of this out of our internal funding, and we want to mandate the accounting officer to engage with the Department of Water and Sanitation to secure our big funding, as well as to engage with Treasury to unlock possible BFI funding for the upgrade of our infrastructure. Speaker, the recommendations are on page 322. I table this item. Thank you.
Thank you, MMC. My first speaker on the item is Councillor Nzalani.
Thank you very much, Speaker, again for this opportunity that I have been given by my Chief Whip, Councillor Zana of the ANC caucus, and also to give you that you must give me this opportunity. Work that the MMC fully have done for the upgrading of Kwanum Zamo water waste treatment work that was cost 42 million rand. But Speaker, yes, we did do some roadshow with the Minister of Water and Sanitation, and there was not a proper handover that was done, but it's working. But when I go around as a ground person, as a ward council, always around, see what's happening in my ward, I saw there is a overflowing at the back of the water waste treatment works of Kwanum Zamo. That goes to the farm, Deep Refuge Farm. And also when we go a show with a road visit with MMC fully, I showed them there was some bubbles there and go myself there. So I need that there must be a plan to stop it on that dam, because that dam is going overflow and it's going down and go to the river. It's whereby some of the water that we are drinking is not right. It is coming from that dam. So we need the water. The sanitation and water must do a plan about that overflowing of that water waste treatment works of Kwanum Zamo. Thank you, Speaker. That is my concern.
Thank you very much. I think the department does note your concerns. Councillor Mbandana, you're the next speaker on the item.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Speaker, let me actually also appreciate the plan. In our application of our mind as a collective of the ANC, we are actually also acknowledging the first waste treatment plan from the Directorate and MMC Foley. However, we highlighted very critical issues. The Hangi waste treatment plant, if you include 999 houses, 990 in Hangi, we are going to have problems, and it's going to flow into the Klein Rivier. If in Humansdorp, Councillor Nzalani explained, MIG funding, it was 10 million before, the minister came, 42 million, and we're not solving the problem. So it shows the inefficiency of the DA-led government. And definitely all these funds that we are indicating, as the ANC were proposing that we should actually fall in sync with the district model. Definitely we are proposing as the ANC that we should engage Mayor De Vos and the Minister of Water and Sanitation to come over to Gouga to first even visit the correctional service site in Patensi that was handed all over a long time ago by Minister Ngresi. If you drive into Patensi and pass correctional service, the yellow plague Rekan Kak, So it's an exporting town. It exports fruit to the international market. It exports, it brings something to Coega as an economy and to South Africa. We cannot have a waste treatment plant that was long time handed over and nobody cares about it. So this master plan is welcomed by the ANC, but it has got many serious shortfalls that are not forward-looking. Definitely, Councillor Foley, we are reading as the ANC, and we are mindful because that's where we are staying, where CAC is flowing in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Honourable Mayor, you're the next speaker on the item.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I'm really trying not to become attack people personally, but it's really incredible that Councillor Mbandana can say things like this and get away with it, because we all know for a fact that that plant has not been handed over to the municipality. The salaries of those staff that work there is paid by Department of Public Works. It is still their plant. It's not been handed over to the municipality. So for Councillor Mbandana to say things like this is just absolutely ridiculous. In fact, I don't think we should take it over unless they give it to us in a proper functioning state. Because we, as you can see, we need money for all our other plants, and which is the intention of this item. And by the way, I think this is the most comprehensive item on our water and sanitation plants that we've ever had. It gives us such a clear understanding as far as what its overall status is, what is the capacity of it, where we can grow, where we should increase. It is so self-explanatory, and the fact that Councillor Mbandana is making statements like it's things are falling apart. This is exactly why this item is here, so that we can understand exactly what is the situation of East Plant, what is needed in terms of rands and cents, and that we can actually do something about it, because this municipality cannot expect ratepayers to pay billions of rands to upgrade plant that was supposed to done way back, even under the NC government. So it's because of that we're sitting in where we are sitting in now, because we can't afford. If they fixed the window when they were in government, we wouldn't now be sitting with a whole plant that's falling apart. So we can throw mud the whole time, the whole day around between the two of us, but it's not going to solve the problem. At the end of the day, there's money that needs to be spent in each plant. It's very clear what is working. It's very clear what's not working as we want it to yet. But making statements and just saying absolute lies is not going to solve any problem. So I think that's must just be noted by council that Councillor Mbandana is completely out of line. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Mayor, for that clarity. That plant is definitely not run or managed by Coega Municipality. Councillor Gludlu, you're not on my speakers list, so I can unfortunately not give you at this stage, and there weren't any questions asked. So I'm going to actually move over to, are there any objections on the recommendations on this item to seek funding? Point of order, I just would like to see who's... Yes, Councillor Gludlu, what's your point of order?
Thank you, Speaker. No, I just wanted to ask Mbandana to withdraw. Rule 55 does not allow the wording of word kak and everything else. This is a public meeting, and we have to conduct ourselves in an honorable manner as councillors. So it was on that objection that I wanted to raise, that he withdraw that word that he used. There's other words that can be used. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Mbandana, could you maybe withdraw the word and maybe use a less vulgar word? I do understand the seriousness of that treatment works, but could you maybe use a different word? Councillor Mbandana?
Speaker, I don't refuse. Kak is net kak. Dat gaan nie verander nie. Dit gaan toilet toe en dit reik net aan kak. It's finished.
Thank you, councillors. So please note for the minutes that you don't refer to human waste. Thank you very much. You refuse to withdraw those words. Then I don't have any other speakers on this item. Could I have any objections on any of these recommendations? I don't see any objections, councillors. Then it means this item carries. Thank you very much. That's the end of item number 16. Then I'm going to move to item number 17. Questions submitted in terms of Rule 39 of the Standing Rules and Order. I'm going to give over to you to present the item. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. The questions were posed to by councillors for answer, and this item then refers to question posed by Councillor Nkilishane in terms of Rule 39 of the Standing Rules and Order for Meeting of Council and all its committees. This is from page 371. And I think all the questions that were answered and the responses are there. And the recommendation then is on page 373. And that recommendation reads then 10.1. The council notes the question posed by the councillor in Nkilishane and written response in respect of risk assessment report of Councillor Alexander. And then 10.2, that the question and the response must reflect the minutes of the meeting as per Rule 39.3 of the Standing Rules and Order for Meetings of Council and all its committees. Those recommendations are on page 373.
Thank you very much, I do not have any speakers on the item, and this item is for noting, Councillor Yali, you're not on my speakers list, so I can unfortunately not take any questions. You are welcome to write to my office if you have any other questions on that. Point of order, Councillor Yali, we can't have a point of order because we didn't have any speakers on it, so I can't acknowledge you at this stage. So I'm a bit confused. So I'm going to listen to you, but I'm going to stop you if it's not something that is for a break or something like that. Councillor Yali?
No, thank you very much, Speaker. No, I was raising my hand on the point of order, even way before the presented the item. You indicated, Speaker, that there is an apology from Councillor Nkilishane. So I wanted to check if we can refer this item to the next meeting, since the person is not here, or since the councillor is not here, the councillor that asked the question. Just wanted to check that one, Speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. No, unfortunately, it's an item is for noting. So he is welcome to read it in the agenda, and he can also ask questions to my office for this. Thank you for that question. This brings me to the end of the first part of our open agenda. I'm going to give you a few seconds or half a minute to move to the supplementary agenda. Then we're going to do that first before we go to confidential. Councillors, I give you some time to move over to the supplementary agenda. Thank you, councillors. I've moved to the supplementary. I'm going to move straight to item number 11 on page 3 of the supplementary. Reports of committees of council, 11.1, municipal bylaws and policies. And I'm going to give over to Councillor Haystack to present this policy. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can clearly hear you.
Thank you. I'm on 11.1. There's a customer care credit control and debit collection policy, and that is from page 6 to 41. And the recommendation is on page 7. And the recommendation just states that the council approves the customer and care credit control and debit collection policy, and that customer care credit control and debit collection policy be uploaded on the KOGA website. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor. I do not have any speakers on this item. Do I have any objections on the item? I don't see any objections, councillors. Then it means this item will carry. Thank you, councillors. I don't see any objections. This item carries. Then I'm going to move over to item number 12, reports by the Office of the Municipal Manager for the upper limits. Over to you to present the item. The floor is yours for 12, 2, page 43.
Thank you, Speaker. Just having a bit of a problem on muting myself there. Just hold on a second, just want to get to my item again.
We're on page 43 on the supplementary.
Yes, I'm just getting to 43. Okay, the item is determination of the upper limits of salaries and allowances and benefits of the different members of the Municipal Council for 2025-2026 financial years, and the recommendations are on page 44.
Thank you so much, I do not have any speakers on this item. Do I have any objections on this from any councillor? I don't see any objections on this item. So, councillors, thank you very much. So this item carries. I'm going to move over to matters that's dealt with delegating authority by the Executive Mayor, 14.1. Mayor, over to you for the reports of the Chairperson, Electrical Mechanical Services.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I table the item. I'm not sure if Councillor Alexander is in the meeting. Is he back in the meeting?
Yes, he is back in the meeting.
I give this item, I'll table the item and it will be handled by Councillor Alexander. Thank you.
Thank you very much. MMC Alexander, you may proceed.
Hi, Speaker, can you hear me?
Perfectly, thank you.
Yes, Speaker, just for record, I never left the meeting. I was just maybe having challenges with my connection. Item number 2602 EMS 15, I hereby table this report consideration of electricity tariffs for the period 1 July 2026 to 30 June 2027. The introduction is the purpose of this report is to inform Council of the approval process of the electricity tariffs for the 26-27 financial year and the tariffs approval by the National Energy Regulator of South Africa, NERSA, as informed by NERSA in the communication attached and mark Annexure A. Just note that the spelling that is incorrect there. The recommendations are on page 68. That the communication from NERSA be noted, and 10.2 that Council authorized the accounting officer to conduct a public participation process following the receipt of a formal communication from NERSA indicating the intended electricity tariff increases. I table this item. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. I do not have any speakers on this item. Do I have any objections for this to go to public participation? Councillor Mbadana.
Chair, the item should move. It is actually a very good item that's gonna bring our 75% of Coca's revenue. The CFO should be starting with the process as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, councillor. So I don't have any objections on this item, councillors. Councillors, then we also adopt this item through council. Thank you very much. This brings me to the end of the open agenda, and we have to say thank you to the public that was listening to very good items today, but we'll see you in a month's time, and we're going to move to confidential agenda. Administration, please let me know when the public and people that's not supposed to be in confidential. Thank you.